Today let us learn fractions with the help of a pizza. Okay, now this is a whole pizza which represents one whole. Now, when we divide a whole into equal parts, then each part is a fraction of the whole. Okay, so each part is a fraction of the whole. Now you will see that this whole pizza is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. So each part here, each part is a fraction of the whole, and I can name this fraction as 1 upon 7 or 1 by 7. Now I have one more example. This is again a whole pizza, one pizza. Now if I have to divide this pizza between two people, then I will have to divide this pizza into two parts, right? So this is one part and this is the second part. So I say this part, which is the fraction. So each part is a fraction of the whole. So this is going to be 1 by 2 or 1 upon 2, because I have divided this pizza into two parts. So this is going to be 1 upon 2 and this is again going to be 1 upon 2. So how do I represent this on the paper? So this is 1 upon 2, where 2 is the denominator. Now let me tell you, the number which is written below the line is called a denominator. And what is the meaning of the denominator, or what does denominator tell us? Denominator tells us total number of parts. So here total number of parts in a whole. So here total number of parts in a whole is 2, and therefore here 2 is our denominator. Now 1 which is written above the line, the number which is written above the line is called the numerator. Okay, and what does it represent? Numerator tells us how many parts are taken from the whole. So you will see here, if I take one part from this whole, this is written as 1 upon 2, where 1 is the numerator, that is the part which is taken from the whole, and 2 is the denominator, that is how many parts is this whole pizza divided into. Now let me tell you, this half plus half can be added. Okay, now half plus half, that means you will see that the denominator should be the same. So you don't add the denominator, you write the denominator, this is the common denominator which you write, and you add the numerator. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 upon 2. Now if your numerator and denominator is same, that means we are talking about one whole part. So 2 upon 2 is equal to 1. And now let me tell you, 1 upon 2 is a proper fraction. What is a proper fraction? When your numerator is smaller than the denominator, that fraction is called as a proper fraction. Let us take one more example. Now see, this pizza is divided into 3 parts. Same pizza, the same whole pizza is divided into 3 parts, 3 equal parts, right? So this is 1/3, that is 1 part out of 3, 1/3. Again this is 1/3, and again this is 1/3, right? So here the pizza which is divided into 3 parts, 3 is your denominator. Denominator tells us total number of parts in a whole, and 1 upon 3. So 1 is the numerator. Numerator tells us how many parts are taken from the whole. So this will be demonstrated with the help of 1 upon 3. Fraction will write it as, on the paper we'll write it as 1 upon 3, where 1 is 1 part each. Okay, each part 1, that is your numerator, and the whole pizza divided into 3 equal parts. That 3 equal parts is your denominator. So 1 upon 3 is the fraction. So each part will be represented as 1 upon 3, and 1 upon 3 is a proper fraction because your numerator is smaller than the denominator. Now can you add these 3 fractions? Yes. 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 3 is equal to 3 is common because this is divided into 3 parts. So that is your denominator, and your fraction, that is 1 upon 3. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3 upon 3. Now your numerator and denominator is same, which means we are talking about this whole pizza. 3 upon 3 is equal to 1. Okay, I'll take one more example. Same pizza now divided into 4 parts. Can you see this? 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So this is divided into 4 parts. The whole pizza is divided into 4 parts. So what is the 4 here? It will be written in the denominator, and denominator tells us total number of parts in a whole. So how many parts are there here in the whole? 4 parts. Okay, and each fraction, each part is 1 upon 4. So 1 is your numerator, and numerator tells us how many parts are taken from the whole. Now if I have to talk about these 2 parts, so this is 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 will give me 2 upon 4, which is half. Okay, this will give me 2 upon 4, which is half. So hence 1 upon 4 will be written as 1 upon 4 or 1 by 4, where 1 is your numerator and 4 is your denominator. Again, 1 upon 4 is a proper fraction because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Can you add this? Yes, you have the same denominator, and hence you can add the number in the whole number in the numerator. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 4 upon 4. Now 4 upon 4, numbers same in the numerator and denominator, which means we are talking about one whole pizza. Okay, so in this video, I have helped you to understand what are proper fractions and how you can add them. Okay, and we also talked about numerator and denominator. What does numerator indicate and what does denominator indicate? So here, remember, here all 4 parts, that means the whole is divided into 4 parts. So that 4 parts is your denominator, and each part, that is 1 by 4, 1 part out of the 4 part, 1 will represent your numerator, and 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 4 will give you 4 upon 4, which is one whole pizza.